Hey everyone, welcome to EduCrush, the one-stop destination where we crush the syllabus and ace the exam. In this video, we are going to cover the most expected and most repeated general science questions specially selected from the last 6 years of RRB NTPC, SSC, UPSC Prelims exams. All questions are concept-based, selected from NCERT class 6 to 12 and presented in trilingual format, that is English, Hindi, Telugu. Each question is explained option by option with complete clarity and without repetition in simple English. So these are gunshot questions designed to hit the bull's eye in your exam. If you're aiming for a top score, stay tuned till the end. Trust me, this will be the smartest revision that you are going to do today. So, are you ready? Let's begin with the question number 1, which is taken from class 6 biology nutrition. Which of the following is not a nutrient? निम्नलिखित में से कौन पोषक तत्व नहीं है? किंदी वाटिलो ఏది పోషక పదార్థం కాదు? So the answer is fiber. Fiber is not a nutrient. It aids digestion but doesn't provide energy or bodybuilding materials. And carbohydrate, yes, provides energy. Vitamin, yes, essential for immunity and metabolism. Protein, yes, builds body tissues. Next question is taken from class 7 chemistry acids and bases. So which of the following is a natural indicator? निम्न में से कौन प्राकृतिक संकेतक है? किंदी वाटिलो ఏది సహజ సూచిక? So the answer is litmus, which is derived from the word lichens, which means natural. And methyl orange, synthetic lab indicator. Phenolphthalein, synthetic lab indicator. Thymol blue, synthetic acid base indicator. Next question is taken from class 9 physics laws of motion. So what is a unit of force? So बल की इकाई क्या है? बलम యొక్క యూనిట్ ఏది? Answer is Newton. What is the unit of power? Pascal is the unit of pressure. Joule is the unit of work or energy. So the correct answer is Newton. Force is equals to mass into acceleration. Next question is taken from class 10 chemistry, carbon and its compounds. Which elements forms the backbone of all organic compounds? सभी जैविक यौगिकों के रीड कौन सा तत्व बनाता है? अन्य సేంద్రియ సమ్మేళనాలకు కార్డర్గా పనిచేసే మూలకం ఏది? Answer is carbon. So carbon forms 4 bonds and long chains, whereas hydrogen present but doesn't form the long chain. Oxygen found in functional groups, nitrogen found in proteins, not the main chain. Next question is taken from class 6 environment food chains. What is the primary source of energy in a food chain? खाद्य श्रृंखला में ऊर्जा का मुख्य स्रोत क्या है? ఆహార గొలుసులో ప్రధాన శక్తి మూలం ఏమిటి? So the answer is sunlight. Sunlight is the source for photosynthesis, whereas green plants converts energy but not the source. Soil provides nutrients, animals consumers not the energy sources. Next question is taken from class 11 physics gravitation. So what is the value of acceleration due to gravity on earth? पृथ्वी पर गुरुत्वाकर्षण के कारण त्वरण का मान क्या है? భూమిపై గురుత్వాకర్షణ వలన వేగ వృద్ధి విలువ ఎంత? So the answer is 9.8 meter per second square. If you consider 8.9 meter per second square, it is too low. And whereas 10.8 meter per second square, it is slightly high. Whereas 11.2 meter per second square is the escape velocity but not the acceleration. Next, moving to the next question, which is taken from class 12 biology reproduction. Which of the following is not a mode of asexual reproduction? निम्नलिखित में से कौन अलैंगिक प्रजनन का तरीका नहीं है? కింది వాటిలో లింగ సంబంధిత అలైంగిక పునరుత్పత్తి కాదు? So the answer is fertilization. So fertilization is the sexual reproduction process, whereas binary fission belongs to the asexual reproduction, example amoeba. Budding, asexual reproduction, example yeast. Fragmentation belongs to asexual reproduction, example spirogram. Next question is taken from class 10 physics electricity. Which instrument measures the electric current? विद्युत धारा को मापने वाला यंत्र कौन है? विद्युत प्रवाहाన్ని కొలిచే పరికరం ఏది? So the answer is ammeter. Ammeter is the correct answer, which measures current, ampere. Voltmeter just measures voltage. Galvanometer detects small currents. Multimeter measures all voltage, current, resistance. Next, moving to the ninth question, which is taken from class 9 chemistry matter. What is the lightest gas known? नाथ सबसे हल्की गैस कौन सी है? తెలుసుకున్న తక్కువ బరువు గల వాయువు ఏది? So the answer is hydrogen. Whereas oxygen heavier than hydrogen, helium second lightest gas, hydrogen is the correct answer and its atomic mass is 1, whereas nitrogen lighter than oxygen but heavier than hydrogen. Next, moving to the 10th question, which is taken from class 8 environment pollution. Which pollutant is mainly responsible for acid rain? So आम्ल वर्षा के लिए मुख्य रूप से कौन सा प्रदूषक जिम्मेदारी है? ఆమ్ల వర్షానికి ప్రధాన కారణమైన కాలుష్యం ఏది? సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఇస్ సల్ఫర్ డయాక్సైడ్. సో SO2 mixes with water to form sulfuric acid, whereas CO2 causes global warming, CFC ozone depletion, O3 protective layer in atmosphere. Next, moving to the 11th question, which is taken from class 7 biology plant nutrition. So which part of the plant prepares food using photosynthesis? पौधे का कौन सा भाग प्रकाश संश्लेषण द्वारा भोजन बनाता है? పంటలు ఫోటోసింథసిస్ ద్వారా ఆహారం తయారు చేసే భాగం ఏది? సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఈజ్ లీఫ్. Whereas root absorbs water and minerals, no photosynthesis. Leaf is the correct answer, which contains chlorophyll and performs photosynthesis. Stem transports food and water. Flower, reproductive part, no food preparation. Next, moving to the 12th question, which is taken from class 6 chemistry separation techniques. So which method is used to separate cream from milk? दूध से क्रीम अलग करने के लिए कौन सी विधि का उपयोग किया जाता है? పాలు నుండి క్రీమ్ను వేరు చేయడానికి ఉపయోగించే పద్ధతి ఏది? సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఇస్ churning. So churning separates fat cream from milk, whereas evaporation removes water, not cream. Filtration separates solids from liquids. Sedimentation used for heavier particles settling. Next, moving to 13th question, which is taken from class 9 physics motion. What does the slope of a distance time graph indicate? दूरी समय ग्राफ की ढाल क्या दर्शाती है? దూరం సమయం గ్రాఫ్ యొక్క తివాచి ఏమని సూచిస్తుంది? సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఇస్ స్పీడ్. Slope is equals to change in distance by change in time, whereas acceleration is related to velocity time graph. Distance shown on y-axis, time is shown as x-axis. Next, moving to the 14th question, which is taken from class 12 biology human health. Which disease is caused by plasmodium? So plasmodium के कारण कौन सा रोग होता है? प्लास्मोडियम वल्ल कलिगे व्याधि ఏది? Answer is malaria. Plasmodium parasite transmitted by Anopheles mosquito. Dengue caused by virus Aedes mosquito, whereas typhoid caused by Salmonella typhi bacteria. Cholera is caused by Vibrio cholera bacteria. Next, moving to the 15th question, which is taken from class 10 chemistry metals and non-metals. Which of the following is a non-metal but conducts electricity? निम्न में से कौन सा अधातु होते हुए भी बिजली का प्रवाह करता है? కింది వాటిలో ఏది లోహం కాదు అయినా విద్యుత్ను ప్రవహింపజేస్తుంది? సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఈస్ గ్రాఫైట్. ఓన్లీ నాన్ మెటల్ form of carbon that conducts electricity due to free electrons, whereas sulfur is a non-conductor, phosphorus is highly reactive but non-conductor, oxygen gas non-conductor. Coming to the 16th question, which is taken from class 8 biology microorganisms. Which microorganism is used in production of alcohol? शराब के निर्माण में किस सूक्ष्मजीवी का उपयोग होता है? మద్యం తయారీకి ఉపయోగించే సూక్ష్మజీవి ఏది? సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఈస్ yeast. Performs fermentation, converting sugar to alcohol, whereas bacteria used in curd and antibiotics, virus not used in food production, protozoa cause disease, not fermentation. Next, moving to the 17th question, which is taken from class 11 physics units and measurements. Which of the following is not a fundamental unit? निम्नलिखित में से कौन एक मूलभूत इकाई नहीं है? కింది వాటిలో ఏది ప్రాథమిక కొలమాన యూనిట్ కాదు? సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఇస్ న్యూటన్. Which is a derived unit? Force is equals to mass into acceleration. Whereas meter, fundamental, which is measured in length. Second fundamental unit, which is measured with time. And Kelvin is a fundamental unit again, which measures temperature. Next, moving to 18th question, which is taken from class 9, chemistry, atomic structure. Which particle has a negative charge? कौन सा कण ऋणात्मक आवेशित होता है? కింది కణాలలో ఏది రుణ ఛార్జ్ కలిగి ఉంటుంది? సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఈస్ ఎలక్ట్రాన్. సో electron contains negative charge, proton contains positive charge, neutron contains neutral, that is no charge, whereas nucleus contains protons and neutrons, not a particle. Next, moving to 19th question, class 10, environment. Which gas is mainly responsible for the greenhouse effect? ग्रीनहाउस प्रभाव के लिए मुख्य रूप से कौन सी गैस जिम्मेदार है? గ్రీన్హౌస్ ప్రభావానికి ప్రధాన కారణమైన వాయువు ఏది? సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఈస్ కార్బన్ డైఆక్సైడ్. ట్రాప్స్ హీట్, వేరస్ హీలియం ఇన్నర్ట్ గ్యాస్, నో greenhouse role. Next, nitrogen makes up 78% of atmosphere but not greenhouse active. Oxygen vital for respiration, not greenhouse. Next, moving to the 20th question, which is taken from class 7, chemistry, states of matter. Which state of matter has no fixed shape but fixed volume? पदार्थ की कौन सी अवस्था निश्चित आकार नहीं लेकिन निश्चित ఆయతన్ రక్తి హే? ఖచ్చితమైన ఆకారం లేకుండా ఖచ్చితమైన పరిమాణం కలిగిన పదార్థ స్థితి ఏది? సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఈజ్ లిక్విడ్. No shape but has definite volume. Solid, fixed shape and fixed volume. Gas, neither fixed shape nor volume. Plasma, ionized state, mostly in stars. So next question is taken from class 8, physics, force and pressure. What happens when the area of contact increases while pressure remains the same? यदि दबाव समान रहता है और संपर्क क्षेत्रफल बढ़ता है तो क्या होता है? ఒత్తిడి స్థిరంగా ఉంటే సంపర్క ప్రాంతం పెరిగినప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది? సో ద ఫోర్స్ రిమైన్స్ ద సేమ్. So pressure is equals to force per unit area. If pressure is constant and area increases, then force must also increase proportionally. But if the question implies pressure remains same without change, the force remains same too. So the option A is incorrect. Force doesn't change unless pressure or area changes. Option B is correct answer. As we discussed, force remains the same for constant pressure and increasing area, force remains same. And option C is incorrect because decrease in force reduces pressure, whereas option D is also a wrong answer, which means pressure doesn't become zero unless force is zero. Next, moving to the 22nd question, class 9, physics, laws of motion. Newton's first law is also called as. న్యూటన్ का पहला నియమం किस नाम से जाना जाता है? న్యూటన్ యొక్క మొదటి నియమాన్ని ఇంకొక పేరుతో ఏమంటారు? సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఈస్ లా ఆఫ్ ఇనర్షియా. So object remains at rest or in motion unless external force acts. Whereas Newton's second law talks about force, momentum is defined in second law, and law of energy not at all relevant here. Next, moving to the 23rd question, which is taken from class 6, biology, food components. Which vitamin is responsible for blood clotting? रक्त के तक्के बनने के लिए कौन सा विटामिन आवश्यक है? రక్తం గడ్డకట్టడానికి అవసరమైన విటమిన్ ఏది? సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఈస్ విటమిన్ కే. సో విటమిన్ కే helps in synthesis of proteins required for blood clotting. Whereas vitamin A good for eyes and skin, vitamin C for immunity and healing, whereas vitamin D helps in calcium absorption. Next, moving to the 24th question, which is taken from class 8, chemistry, combustion. Which substance is used to extinguish fire? आग बुझाने के लिए कौन सा पदार्थ उपयोग होता है? అగ్నిని ఆర్పేందుకు ఉపయోగించే పదార్థం ఏది? సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఈస్ కార్బన్ డైఆక్సైడ్. సో CO2 displaces oxygen and cools fire, whereas oxygen fuels fire, petrol increases fire, hydrogen is flammable. Next, moving to the 25th question, which is taken from class 9 biology. Tissues. Which tissues helps in movement in our body? हमारे शरीर में गति के लिए कौन सा ऊतक जिम्मेदार है? మన శరీరంలో కదలికకు సహాయపడే కణజాలం ఏది? సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఈజ్ మస్కులర్ టిష్యూ. సో మస్కులర్ టిష్యూ muscles contract and relax for movement, whereas nervous tissue transfers signals. Connective tissue joins body parts, whereas epithelial tissue covers surfaces. Next, moving to the 26th question, which is taken from class 10 physics light. Which lens is used to correct myopia, short sightedness? myopia को ठीक करने के लिए कौन सा लेंस उपयोग और प्रयोग होता है? మయోపియా దగ్గర చూపు లోపంను సరిచేయడానికి ఏ లెన్స్ ఉపయోగిస్తారు? సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఈజ్ కాన్కేవ్ లెన్స్. సో కాన్కేవ్ డైవర్జెస్ రేస్ సో దే ఫోకస్ ప్రాపర్లీ ఆన్ రెటీనా, whereas convex lens is used for hypermetropia and cylindrical lens is for astigmatism, and bifocal lens is used when both defects exist. Next, moving to 27th question, which is taken from class 10 chemistry reactions. Which reaction produces heat and light? कौन सी अभिक्रिया में गर्मी और प्रकाश उत्पन्न होते हैं? ఎటువంటి అభిక్రియలో వేడి మరియు కాంతి ఉత్పత్తి అవుతాయి? సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఈజ్ కంబషన్. సో burning fuels is equals to combustion, whereas decomposition breaks compounds using heat, not produces. Next, coming to displacement, metal replacement reactions, not heat generating always, whereas neutralization releases heat but not light. Next, moving to 28th question, class 7 chemistry, acid, bases and salts. What is the nature of lemon juice? नींबू के रस का स्वभाव कैसे होता है? निम्नरसम स्वभावम ఎలా ఉంటుంది? So the answer is acidic. Lemon contains citric acid, whereas basic opposite of acid, neutral pH value is 7, not sour, whereas alkaline same as basic. Next, moving to 29th question, which is taken from class 6 physics measurement. What is the SI unit of temperature? तापमान की SI इकाई क्या है? ఉష్ణోగ్రత యొక్క SI యూనిట్ ఏమిటి? సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఇస్ కెల్విన్. Kelvin is the SI unit of temperature, whereas Celsius is a common scale but not SI, whereas Fahrenheit used in USA not SI. Next, whereas Joule is the SI unit of energy. Next, moving to 30th question, which is taken from class 10 biology reproduction. Which of these produced by binary fission? निम्न में से कौन विविभाजन ద్వారా జనన్ करता है? కింది వాటిలో ఏది ద్విభజన ద్వారా పునరుత్పత్తి చేస్తాయి? సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఇస్ అమీబా. Amoeba is unicellular organisms divide into two, whereas Hydra uses budding and frog and calf reproduce sexually. Next, moving to 31st question, which is taken from class 8 chemistry, metals and non-metals. Which metal is used or else which metal is liquid at room temperature? कौन सी धातु सामान्य तापमान पर तरल अवस्था में रहती है? గది ఉష్ణోగ్రత వద్ద ద్రవ రూపంలో ఉండే లోహం ఏది? సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఇస్ మెర్క్యూరీ. So the answer is mercury. Mercury is the only metal that is liquid at room temperature around 25 degrees Celsius, whereas sodium soft metal but solid at room temperature. Coming to option C and D, that is iron and aluminium, hard metals solid under normal conditions. Next question is taken from class 10 chemistry reactions. So rusting of iron is an example of लोहे का जंग लगाना किस प्रकार की अभिक्रिया है? ఇనుము కుప్పకై పోవడం ఎటువంటి రియాక్షన్కు ఉదాహరణ? సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఈస్ ఆక్సిడేషన్. Iron reacts with oxygen and moisture to form rust, that is Fa2O3. Various combination involves joining of substances, whereas decomposition involves in breaking into simpler substances, whereas neutralization is acid plus base gives salt plus water. Next question is taken from class 7 physics heat. Which of the following is a good conductor of heat? निम्न में से कौन सा ऊष्मा का अच्छा चालक है? కింది వాటిలో ఏది మంచి వేడి ప్రవాహకారమైనది? సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఈజ్ ఐరన్. Metals like iron conduct heat quickly, whereas option A, B, D, that is wood, plastic, rubber, acts as insulators that do not conduct heat well. Next question is taken from class 10 biology. Reproduction in organisms. Which of the following reproduce through budding? इनमें कौन सा जीव अंकुरण द्वारा जनन करता है? కింది వాటిలో ఏ జీవి ముల్లెడి ద్వారా పునరుత్పత్తి చేస్తుంది? So the answer is Hydra. Hydra develops a bud that grows and detaches, whereas option A and C, that is amoeba and bacteria, use binary fission, and option D, that is earthworm, reproduces sexually. Next, moving to 35th question, which is taken from class 6 biology plants. Which part of the plant conducts water? पौधे का कौन सा भाग जल का संवहन करता है? మొక్కలో నీటిని ప్రవహింపజేసే భాగం ఏది? సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఇస్ xylem. Xylem tissue transports water and minerals from roots to leaves, whereas phloem transports food and stomata gas exchange but no transportation, whereas root hair absorbs water but doesn't conduct it upwards. Moving to the 36th question, which is taken from class 10 physics electricity. SI unit of electric current is. विद्युत धारा की SI इकाई क्या है? విద్యుత్ ప్రవాహానికి SI యూనిట్ ఏమిటి? సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఈస్ ఆంపియర్. ఓమ్ ఈజ్ ద యూనిట్ ఆఫ్ రెసిస్టెన్స్, వోల్ట్ ఈజ్ ద యూనిట్ ఆఫ్ వోల్టేజ్, ఆంపియర్ ఈజ్ ద SI యూనిట్ ఫర్ కరెంట్, వాట్ ఈజ్ ద యూనిట్ ఆఫ్ పవర్. నెక్స్ట్ మూవింగ్ టు ద 37th క్వశ్చన్, విచ్ ఇస్ టేకన్ ఫ్రమ్ క్లాస్ 8 కెమిస్ట్రీ సింథेटिक फाइबर्स. रेयन इज मेड फ्रॉम. रेयन किससे बनाया जाता है? రేయన్ను ఏ పదార్థంతో తయారు చేస్తారు? సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఇస్ వుడ్ పల్ప్. రేయన్ ఈజ్ అ సెమీ సింథటిక్ ఫైబర్ మేడ్ ఫ్రమ్ సెల్యులోస్ ఇన్ వుడ్ పల్ప్. నెక్స్ట్ కోల్ ఈజ్ యూస్డ్ ఫర్ అదర్ సింథటిక్ ఫైబర్స్ లైక్ నైలాన్. నెక్స్ట్ పాలిస్టర్ ఈజ్ మేడ్ ఫ్రమ్ పెట్రోలియం అండ్ జనరల్ పాలిమర్ బేస్ ఈజ్ ద ప్లాస్టిక్. నెక్స్ట్ మూవింగ్ టు 38th question, which is taken from class 9 biology animal tissues. Which tissue connects bones to muscles? कौन सा ऊतक हड्डियों को मांसपेशियों से जोड़ता है? ఎటువంటి కణజాలం ఎముకలను కండరాలతో కలుపుతుంది? సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఇస్ టెండన్. టెండన్ కనెక్ట్స్ మజిల్ టు బోన్. నెక్స్ట్ కార్టిలేజ్ ఫ్లెక్సిబుల్ ఫౌండ్ ఇన్ జాయింట్స్. లిగమెంట్ జాయిన్ బోన్ టు బోన్. ఏరియోలర్ లూజ్ కనెక్టివ్ టిష్యూ. Coming to 39th question, which is taken from class 7 chemistry physical and chemical changes. Which of the following is a physical change? निम्न में से कौन सा एक भौतिक परिवर्तन है? కింది వాటిలో ఏది భౌతిక మార్పు? సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఈస్ బాయిలింగ్ ఆఫ్ వాటర్. సో ఇఫ్ యూ look at the options A, C, D, these three belongs to irreversible chemical changes, whereas option B, boiling of water, is the correct answer for this question. Okay, which commits physical change? Boiling is a change of state, reversible, no new substance is formed. Next, coming to the 40th question, which is taken from class 10 chemistry periodic classification. Which element has the atomic number 11? परमाणु क्रमांक 11 वाला तत्व कौन सा है? परमाणु संख्या 11 ఉన్న మూలకం ఏది? సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఇస్ సోడియం. Sodium atomic number is 11. Next, magnesium atomic number is 12, whereas potassium 19, lithium 3. Next question is taken from class 10 physics slide. Which mirror is used in vehicles as rear view mirror? This is very important question which you can put star mark. वाहनों में पीछे देखने के लिए कौन सा मिरर उपयोग किया जाता है? వాహనాల్లో రివ్యూ మిర్రర్గా ఏ అద్దాన్ని ఉపయోగిస్తారు? సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఇస్ కాన్వెక్స్ మిర్రర్. So convex gives diminished, erect, wider wider view. Next, ideal for rear view. Next, concave mirror gives the enlarged inverted image, not safe, whereas plane mirror shows real size limited view. None of this is not relevant here. Next, moving to the 42nd question, which is taken from class 6 biology, living and non-living. Which of these is a non-living component of the environment? इनमें से कौन सा पर्यावरण का निर्जीव घटक क्या है? కింది వాటిలో ఏది పర్యావరణంలో జీవం లేని భాగం? సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఇస్ ఎయిర్. Air is abiotic, non-living but essential for life. Whereas if you see the options A, C, D, that is tree, fish, bird, all are living organisms. Next, moving to the 43rd question, class 10 biology, control and coordination. Which part of the brain maintains posture and balance of the body? शरीर की संतुलन और मुद्रा को कौन सा मस्तिष्क भाग नियंत्रित करता है? శరీర స్థితి మరియు సంతులనాన్ని మెదడులో ఏ భాగం నియంత్రిస్తుంది? సో ద ఆప్షన్ ఈస్ cerebellum. So cerebellum coordinates muscle movement and balance, whereas cerebrum controls thinking and voluntary actions, whereas medulla involuntary functions like heartbeat, breathing. Hypothalamus maintains body temperature, hunger. Next, moving to the 44th question, which is taken from class 7 physics, motion. So which instrument measures the speed of a vehicle? So किसी वाहन की गति को मापने वाला यंत्र कौन सा है? వాహనం వేగాన్ని కొలిచే పరికరం ఏది? సో ద ఆప్షన్ ఇస్ స్పీడోమీటర్, which shows speed in kilometers per hour, whereas odometer measures distance but not distance. Thermometer measures temperature but not distance, whereas barometer which measures atmospheric pressure. Next, moving to the 45th question, which is taken from class 9 chemistry, atoms and molecules. H2SO4 is the chemical formula of. H2SO4 किसका रासायनिक सूत्र है? H2SO4 అనే రాసాయన సూత్రం దేని కోసం? సో ఆప్షన్ సి is the correct answer, that is sulfuric acid. Acetic acid is denoted with CH3, COOH, whereas nitric acid HNO3. Next, HCl hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid H2SO4. Next, moving to the 46th question, which is taken from class 8 biology, microorganisms. Which microorganism is used in alcohol production? शराब निर्माण में कौन सा సూక్ష్మజీవి ప్రయోగ होता है? మద్యంను తయారు చేయడానికి ఏ సూక్ష్మజీవిని ఉపయోగిస్తారు? సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఈజ్ yeast. Yeast carries fermentation, converts sugar to alcohol, whereas algae used in food, not alcohol, whereas amoeba, protozoa not useful here, virus harmful microbes. Next, 47th question is taken from class 6 physics, measurement. SI unit of length is. లంబాయి की SI इकाई क्या है? పొడవు యొక్క SI యూనిట్ ఏమిటి? సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఈజ్ మీటర్. ఇఫ్ యూ లుక్ ఎట్ ద ఆప్షన్స్ A, B, D, that is centimeter, kilometer, inch, are not standard SI units, and option C, meter, is the correct answer, which is standard unit of length. Next question is taken from class 10 physics, electricity. Which of these materials is an insulator? इनमें कौन सा एक कुचालक है? కింది వాటిలో ఏది ఇన్సులేటర్? సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఇస్ ప్లాస్టిక్. ఇఫ్ యూ లుక్ ఎట్ ద ఆప్షన్స్, కాపర్, అల్యూమినియం, సిల్వర్, which conducts electricity, whereas plastic resists current used in wire coating. Next question is taken from biology, nutrition in plants, from class 7. Which gas is taken in during photosynthesis? प्रकाश संश्लेषण के दौरान कौन सी గ్యాస్ ली जाती है? ఫోటోసింథసిస్ సమయంలో ఏ వాయువు తీసుకుంటుంది? సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఇస్ కార్బన్ డైఆక్సైడ్. Oxygen released, not observed, whereas hydrogen and nitrogen not involved in photosynthesis, whereas carbon dioxide is used with sunlight and water to form glucose. Next, moving to the 50th question, that is chemistry, combustion and flame. विच सब्सटेंस कैचेस फायर मोस्ट इजीली, इनमें से कौन सा पदार्थ सबसे आसानी से आग पकड़ता है, కింది వాటిలో ఏ పదార్థం తేలికగా ఫైర్ని తీసుకుంటుంది. సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఇస్ పెట్రోల్. పెట్రోల్ highly volatile, low ignition point, whereas option B and D, that is kerosene and diesel, burn slower than petrol, whereas wood needs more heat to catch fire. Next, coming to the 51st question, class 7 for physics heat. Which thermometer is used to measure human body temperature? मानव शरीर का तापमान मापने के लिए कौन सा थर्मोमीटर प्रयोग होता है? మనిషి శరీర ఉష్ణోగ్రతను కొలవడానికి ఏ థర్మోమీటర్ను ఉపయోగిస్తారు? సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఇస్ క్లినికల్ థర్మోమీటర్. సో విచ్ మెజర్స్ ఫ్రమ్ 35°C to 40°C scale range. And laboratory thermometer for experiments, not body temperature. Digital thermometer works, but traditional one is clinical. Mercury barometer measures air pressure, not temperature. Next question is taken from class 8 physics. Sound travels fastest in. ధ్వని सबसे तेज किस माध्यम में चलती है? శబ్దం అత్యంత వేగంగా ఏ మాధ్యమంలో ప్రయాణిస్తుంది? సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఇస్ ఐరన్. If you look at the options A and B, that is air and water, slower than solids. Option C, vacuum, sound cannot travel in vacuum. Then option D is correct answer, that is iron. Sound travels fastest in solids due to tightly packed particles. Next, question 53 is taken from class 6 biology, food variety. From which part of the plant is sugar obtained? चीनी पौधे के किस भाग से प्राप्त होती है? చక్కెర మొక్క యొక్క ఏ భాగం నుండి పొందబడుతుంది? సో ద ఆప్షన్ ఈజ్ స్టెమ్. ఇఫ్ యూ లుక్ ఎట్ ద ఆప్షన్స్ A, C, D, that is root, flower, fruit, not the source. Whereas B, that is stem, sugarcane stem stores the juice rich in sucrose. Next, moving to the 54th question, which is taken from class 10 chemistry, acid, base and salts. Which of the following is a basic salt? निम्नलिखित में से कौन सा एक क्षारीय लवण है? క్రింది వాటిలో ఏది ములుగు ఉప్పు, బేసిక్ సాల్ట్? సో సోడియం కార్బోనేట్ is the correct answer, whereas sodium chloride is neutral salt. Copper sulfate, salt of strong acid plus weak base, that is acidic, whereas sodium carbonate formed from weak acid and strong base, basic in nature. Next, potassium nitrate, also neutral. Next question is taken from class 9 physics, work and energy. What is the unit of energy in SI system? ऊर्जा की SI इकाई क्या है? SI system లో శక్తి యొక్క ఏకకం ఏమిటి? So the answer is joule. Newton is for force, watt is for power, volt is for potential difference, whereas joule is for energy. So 1 joule is equals to Newton meter. Whereas 56th question, which is taken from class 10 biology, reproduction. Which of the following organism reproduces budding? So निम्नलिखित में से कौन सा जीव कली बनाकर प्रजनन करता है? కింది వాటిలో ఏ జీవి మొగ్గ ద్వారా జననం చేస్తుంది? సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఈజ్ బోత్ B and C, that is yeast and hydra. And amoeba takes place through binary fission, whereas option B and C, yeast and hydra, both reproduce by budding. Yeast unicellular, hydra multicellular. Next, coming to the 57th question, which is taken from class 7 chemistry, physical and chemical changes. Rusting of iron is a లోహే में जंग लगाना क्या है? ఇనుపకు తుప్పు పట్టడం ఏ రకమైన మార్పు? సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఇస్ కెమికల్ చేంజ్. Physical change cannot be reversed, so not physical. Chemical change, iron reacts with oxygen and moisture, new substance is formed, that is iron oxide. Whereas reversible change, irreversible, that is wrong, and none irrelevant here. Next, moving to the 58th question, taken from class 6 biology, body and movements. Which organ protects the brain? Okay, मस्तिष्क की रक्षा कौन सा अंग करता है? మెదడును రక్షించే అవయవం ఏది? So the answer is skull. Rib cage protects hearts and lungs. So skull, bony structure enclosing brain. Spine protects spinal cord. Skin, general protection, not specific. Next, moving to 59th question, which is taken from class 9 chemistry. Matter. Which of these is not a matter? इनमें से कौन पदार्थ नहीं है? కింది వాటిలో ఏది పదార్థం కాదు? So the answer is light. If you look at the options B, C, D, that is air, water, iron, have mass and volume, so matter. Whereas light is energy but not matter. Next, moving to 60th question, which is taken from class 8 physics. Force and pressure. What is a force applied per unit area called? प्रति इकाई क्षेत्र पर लगाई गई बल को क्या कहते हैं? యూనిట్ వైశాల్యంపై అమలు చేసిన బలాన్ని ఏమంటారు? సో వి కాల్ ఇట్ ఎస్ ప్రెషర్. ఫోర్స్ is general force not per area. Work, force into displacement. So the correct answer is pressure. Pressure is equals to force per unit area, whereas energy, capacity to do work. Next question is taken from class 7 biology, nutrition in plants. Which of the following is a parasitic plant? So निम्नलिखित में से कौन सा परजीवी पौधा है? కింది వాటిలో ఏది పరాన్నజీవి మొక్క? So the answer is Cascata. Cactus involves in autotroph in deserts, whereas mushroom saprophyte feeds on dead and decaying matter. Next, algae can photosynthesis, whereas Cascata wraps around host and sucks nutrients. Coming to the 62nd question, which is taken from class 10 physics and light. So from physics chapter light. What is a mirror used in vehicles to see the traffic behind? वाहनों में पीछे की ओर ट्रैफिक देखने के लिए किस दर्पण का प्रयोग होता है? వెనుక ట్రాఫిక్ను చూడటానికి వాహనాల్లో ఏ అద్దాన్ని ఉపయోగిస్తారు? సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఇస్ కాన్వెక్స్. దిస్ ఇస్ వెరీ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ క్వశ్చన్ విచ్ యూ కెన్ పుట్ స్టార్ మార్క్. So convex mirror is used, whereas concave mirror used in headlights focuses light, and a convex mirror gives wider field of view, whereas plane mirrors doesn't give wide view. Cylindrical mirrors not used in vehicles. Next, moving to the 63rd question, which is taken from class 8 chemistry, metals and non-metals. Which non-metal is a good conductor of electricity? कौन सा अधातु विद्युत का अच्छा चालक होता है? ఏ అధాతువు విద్యుత్కు మంచి పరివాహకుడు? సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఈస్ కార్బన్ గ్రాఫైట్. If you look at the options C, A, D, poor conductors, whereas option B, carbon graphite, allotropes of carbon conducts electricity. Next, moving to the 64th question, which is taken from class 6 physics motion. So which of these is a periodic motion? इनमें कौन सी गति आवर्ती गति है? కింది వాటిలో ఏది పునరావృతమైన కదలిక? So the answer is a pendulum swinging. If you look at the options A, C, D, that is tree shaking in wind, a car moving, bird flying, gives irregular motion, whereas option B, that is a pendulum swinging, it repeats motion in equal intervals, that is periodic. Next, moving to 65th question, which is taken from class 10 chemistry, carbon and its compounds. Which of the following is used for making alcoholic beverages? शराब बनाने में निम्न में से किसका उपयोग होता है? మద్యం తయారీలో కింది వాటిలో ఏది ఉపయోగించబడుతుంది? So the answer is ethanol. If you take methanol, it is a toxic, causes blindness, whereas propanol and butanol not used in beverages, whereas ethanol save alcohol in drinks. Ethanol is the correct answer. Next, moving to 66th question, which is taken from class 9 biology tissue. Xylem is responsible for transport of. Xylem किसके परिवहन के लिए उत्तरदायी है? జైలం ఏ పదార్థాన్ని రవాణా చేయటానికి బాధ్యత వహిస్తుంది? సో ద ఆప్షన్ ఈజ్ వాటర్. ఇఫ్ యూ టేక్ ఫుడ్ ట్రాన్స్పోర్టెడ్ బై ఫ్లోయమ్, and B, water is correct. Xylem transports water plus minerals from roots to parts, whereas C and D, hormones and oxygen moved through other systems. Coming to 67th question taken from class 6 chemistry, fiber to fabric. Which of the following is an animal fiber? इनमें से कौन सा एक पशु रेशा है? किंद वाटिलो ఏది జంతువు fiber? So the answer is wool. If you look at the options A and B, that is cotton and jute, plant fibers, wool obtained from sheep, goats, nylon, synthetic. Next question is taken from class 8 biology, microorganisms. Which microorganism is used in preparation of curd? दही बनाने में किस सूक्ष्मजीवी का उपयोग होता है? పెరుగు తయారీలో ఏ సూక్ష్మజీవిని ఉపయోగిస్తారు? So the answer is lactobacillus. Lactobacillus converts lactose to lactic acid, curdling milk, whereas rhizobium helps in nitrogen fixation, whereas salmonella causes food poisoning, plasmodium causes malaria. Next, coming to the next question, which is taken from class 7 physics, winds, storms. High speed winds are accompanied by तेज हवाओं के साथ क्या होता है? వేగవంతమైన గాలులతో పాటు ఏం జరుగుతుంది? So the answer is decrease in pressure. If you increase the pressure, oppositely what happens? If you take decrease in pressure, it highs the speed winds reduce air pressure, whereas option C and D, concentration and no change, are incorrect in this point of view. Next, coming to the 70th question, which is taken from class 10 biology, life processes. Which is the ultimate source of energy for all living organisms? सभी जीवों के लिए ऊर्जा का अंतिम स्रोत क्या है? अन्य जीवों तुदी शक्ति मूलम ఏమిటి? So the answer is sun. So sun is the correct answer. Source for photosynthesis, food chains, whereas plants gets energy via photosynthesis, but source is equals to sun. Whereas B and D, that is ATP and glucose, store energy but don't generate it. Coming to the next question, class 10 chemistry, periodic classification of elements. Which of the following elements is a noble gas? निम्नलिखित में से कौन सा तत्व एक निष्क्रिय गैस है? किंది వాటిలో ఏది అసంజీవ వాయువు? So the answer is helium. So the answer is helium, that is inert and stable, group 18 element, whereas oxygen supports combustion, hydrogen highly reactive, nitrogen makes up 78% of air, not noble gas. Next, moving to the 72nd question, which is taken from class 7 biology, respiration in organisms. In which organelle does cellular respiration occurs? कोशिका में श्वसन किस अंग में होता है? కణాల్లో శ్వాసక్రియను ఎక్కడ జరుగుతుంది? So the answer is mitochondria. Power house of the cell भी कहा जाता है, whereas option E contains genetic material, ribosome, protein synthesis, Golgi apparatus or Golgi body, package and transport proteins. Coming to the 73rd question, which is taken from class 8 physics, friction. Which surface produces the least friction? कौन सा सतह सबसे कम घर्षण उत्पन्न करता है? తక్కువ ఘర్షణను కలిగించేది ఏ ఉపరితలము? So the answer is ice surface. If you look at the options A, B, D, that is rough wooden, carpeted floor, sandpaper, all increases resistance, whereas ice surface smoothest and least resistance. Next question is taken from class 9 chemistry, matter. Which of the following is a colloid? निम्नलिखित में से कौन सा एक colloid है? कितने वाटले ఏది colloid? So the answer is smoke. If you look at the options A, B, D, that is sugar solution, salt solution, copper sulfate solution, all these three solutions are true solutions, whereas smoke is the correct answer for this question, which means gas plus solid particles, which gives colloid. Next question is taken from class 10 physics, electricity. SI unit of electric current is विद्युत धारा की SI इकाई क्या है? विद्युत प्रवाहाనికి SI unit ఏమిటి? So the answer is ampere. Volt is the unit of potential difference, so ampere is the SI unit of electric current. Ohm is the SI unit of resistance. Watt is the power. power unit. Next, moving to the 76th question, which is taken from class 6 biology food. Which of the following helps in the body growth and repair? इनमें कौन शरीर की वृद्धि और मरम्मत में సహాయత करता है? శరీర వృద్ధి మరియు మరమ్మతులకు ఏమి సహాయపడుతుంది? So the option is proteins is the correct answer. If you look at the options B and A, that is fats and carbohydrates provide energy, whereas proteins called bodybuilding food, whereas vitamins regulate body processes. Coming to the 77th question, which is taken from class 8 chemistry combustion. Which of the following is a non-combustible substance? इनमें से कौन सा దహనశీల్ పదార్థ नहीं है? కింది వాటిలో ఏది అజ్వాలనీయ పదార్థం? So the answer is iron nails. If you look at the options A, B, D, that is paper, wood, petrol, burn easily, whereas option C, iron nails, doesn't catch fire easily. Next question is taken from class 10 biology reproduction. Hydra reproduces by. Hydra किस प्रकार पुनरुत्पादन करता है? Hydra ఎలా పునరుత్పత్తి చేస్తుంది? So the answer is budding. Binary fission used by bacteria, and budding, a new individual grows as a bud, whereas fragmentation seen in algae, spore formation in fungi. Next question is taken from class 7 chemistry acid bases and salts. Litmus is extracted from. Litmus किससे निकाला जाता है? Litmus ఏది నుండి తీస్తారు? So the answer is lichen, which means natural. If you look at the option A, C, D, that is rose petals, beetroot, hibiscus, natural indicators but not litmus, whereas option B, lichen, blue and red litmus from lichen. Next question is taken from class 9 biology diversity of living organism. Which is not a vertebrate? इनमें से कौन కశేరుకి नहीं है? కింది వాటిలో ఏది వెన్నెముకల జాతికి చెందుతుంది? So the answer is earthworm. If you look at the options A, C, D, that is fish, reptile, bird, all have backbone, whereas option B, earthworm, invertebrate, annelida. Moving to 81st question, class 10 chemistry chemical reactions. What is the color of ferrous sulfate crystals? ferrous sulfate के क्रिस्टलों का रंग क्या होता है? ferrous sulfate एक काला रंग एमिटी. So the answer is green. Blue is for copper sulfate. Ferrous sulfate crystals are light green in color. White is often seen in hydrated salts without metal ions. Yellow is not typical for ferrous sulfate. Next, moving to 82nd question, which is taken from class 9 physics motion. SI unit of acceleration is. त्वरण की SI इकाई क्या है? शीघ्रता మార్పు యొక్క SI యూనిట్ ఏది? So the answer is meter per second square. So this is meter per second is the unit of speed but not acceleration. Acceleration is equals change in velocity by time, whereas kilometers per hour is non-SI. Meter square per second not a valid unit for acceleration. Next, moving to 83rd question, which is taken from class 8 biology microorganisms. Which organism is used in alcohol production? शराब बनाने में किस सूक्ष्मजीवी का उपयोग होता है? మద్యం తయారీలో ఉపయోగించే సూక్ష్మజీవి ఏది? So the answer is yeast. Viruses are not used in fermentation. Algae is used for oxygen or biofuels, not alcohol. Yeast Saccharomyces ferments sugar into alcohol. Bacteria are used in curd and vinegar, not alcohol. Next, 84th question is taken from class 6 science living and non-living. Which of these is a biotic component? इनमें से कौन जैविक घटक है? కింది వాటిలో ఏది జీవ సంబంధమైన అంశం? So the answer is plants. So if you look at the options A, B, C, that is water, soil, air, all are abiotic non-living factors, whereas option D, plants are living organisms. Moving to 85th question, which is taken from class 10 biology life processes. Which enzyme is present in saliva? लार में कौन सा एंजाइम पाया जाता है? లాలాజలంలో ఏ ఎంజైమ్ ఉంటుంది? So the answer is amylase. So pepsin digests proteins in the stomach. Salivary amylase breaks starch into sugar. Lipase digests fats in intestine. Trypsin works in the small intestine for protein digestion. Next question is taken from class 7 physics heat. Which thermometer is used to measure human body temperature? मानव शरीर का तापमान मापने के लिए किस थर्मोमीटर का प्रयोग होता है? మనిషి శరీర ఉష్ణోగ్రత కొలవడానికి ఏ థర్మోమీటర్ ఉపయోగిస్తారు? సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఇస్ క్లినికల్ థర్మోమీటర్. Laboratory thermometer used for experiments not suitable for body temperature, whereas clinical thermometer is the correct answer for this question. Has a narrow range around 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius, whereas digital barometer measures the pressure but not temperature, whereas hygrometer measures the humidity. Next, moving to 87th question, which is taken from class 8 chemistry, metals and non-metals. Which metal is liquid at room temperature? सामान्य तापमान पर कौन सी धातु द्रव అవస్థ మే హోతీ హై? గదిలో ఉష్ణోగ్రత వద్ద ద్రవ స్థితిలో ఉండే లోహం ఏది? సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఇస్ మెర్క్యూరీ. ఇఫ్ యూ లుక్ ఎట్ ద ఆప్షన్స్ A, C, D, that is iron, sodium, copper, solid at room temperature, whereas B option, that is mercury, is a liquid metal at room temperature approximately 25 degrees Celsius. And moving to 88th question, which is taken from class 9 chemistry, matter. Which state of matter has no fixed shape but fixed volume? सो किस द्रव की अवस्था में आकार नहीं होता लेकिन आयतन निश्चित होता है? ఖచ్చితమైన ఆకారం లేక ఖచ్చితమైన పరిమాణం ఉండే పదార్థ స్థితి ఏది? సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఇస్ లిక్విడ్. సాలిడ్స్ హ్యావ్ ఫిక్స్డ్ షేప్ అండ్ వాల్యూమ్. లిక్విడ్ టేక్ షేప్ ఆఫ్ ది కంటైనర్ బట్ రిటైన్ వాల్యూమ్. గ్యాస్ హ్యావ్ neither. Plasma is ionized gas-like state. So moving to 89th question, which is taken from class 7 science, nutrition in animals. Which part of the digestive system stores bile? पित्तरस को कौन सा अंग संचित करता है? పిత్తరసాన్ని నిల్వ చేసే అవయవం ఏది? సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఇస్ గాల్ బ్లాడర్. సో లివర్ ప్రొడ్యూసెస్ బైల్. స్టమక్ digests food. Gallbladder stores and concentrates bile. Pancreas produces enzymes, not bile. Next, moving to the 90th question, which is taken from class 9 biology tissues. So the question is, which plant tissue transports water? कौन सा पौध उत्तक पानी का परिवहन करता है? మొక్కల్లో నీటిని రవాణా చేసే కణజాలం ఏది? సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఇస్ xylem. Phloem transports food, sugar. Xylem transports water and minerals. Parenchyma stores nutrients. Collenchyma provides mechanical support. Next, moving to the 91st question, that is taken from class 8 physics, force and pressure. Which device measures atmospheric pressure? वायुमंडलीय दबाव को मापने वाला यंत्र कौन सा है? वायुमंडल पीड़नाన్ని కొలిచే పరికరం ఏది? సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఈస్ barometer. Thermometer measures temperature. Manometer measures pressure in gases or liquids enclosed. Barometer measures atmospheric pressure, that we already know. Hygrometer, which measures humidity. Next, moving to the 92nd question, which is taken from class 7 biology, nutrition in plants. Which part of the plant prepares food? पौधे का कौन सा भाग भोजन तैयार करता है? మొక్కల్లో ఏ భాగం ఆహారాన్ని తయారు చేస్తుంది? సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఇస్ లీఫ్. Root absorbs water and minerals. Leaf site of photosynthesis. Stem transports food and water. Flower for reproduction. Next, moving to 93rd question, which is taken from class 10 physics, light reflection and refraction. Which mirror is used in solar cooker? This is very very important question, which you can put star mark. So which mirror is used in solar cooker? सोलर कुकर में किस दर्पण का उपयोग होता है? सोलर కుక్కర్లో ఏ అద్దాన్ని ఉపయోగిస్తారు? సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఇస్ కాన్కేవ్. Convex diverges rays. Concave focuses sunlight at one point. Plane, no concentration of light takes place. Right. So next, moving to the 94th question, which is taken from class 9 chemistry, atoms and molecules. The atomicity of ozone is. Ozone की परमाणुकता कितनी होती है? ओजोन యొక్క అణుత్వం ఎంత? So the answer is 3. Monoatomic, like 1 is for monoatomic like noble gases. 2 is for diatomic, that is O2. 3 is the correct answer, that is the atomicity for ozone. 4 not valid for ozone. Next, moving to 95th question, which is taken from class 6 science and science water. वाटर बॉयल्स एट व्हाट टेम्परेचर? नॉर्मल प्रेशर. सामान्य दबाव पर पानी किस तापमान पर ఉబల్తా है? సాధారణ ఒత్తిడిలో నీరు ఎంత ఉష్ణోగ్రత వద్ద మరుగుతుంది? సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఈస్ 100 degrees Celsius. If you look at the options A and B, that is 90 degrees Celsius and 50 degrees Celsius below the boiling point, whereas C option is correct, that is 100 degrees Celsius is considered as standard boiling point, whereas 212 degrees Celsius equivalent in Fahrenheit. Next, moving to 96th question, which is taken from class 7, chemistry, physical and chemical changes. Which of the following is a physical change? निम्नलिखित में से कौन सा एक भौतिक परिवर्तन है? किंदी वाटिलो ఏది భౌతిక మార్పు? So the answer is melting of ice. If you look at the options A, C, D, that is burning of candle, rusting of iron, digestion, these three options are chemical changes, whereas option B, melting of ice, no new substance formed. Moving to 97th question, that is taken from class 10, biology, life processes. Which blood cells helps in clotting? रक्त के कौन से कण तक्का बनाने के लिए సహాయత करता है? రక్తంలో గడ్డ కట్టడంలో సహాయపడే కణాలు ఏవి? సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఇస్ ప్లేట్లెట్స్. Whereas RBC transports oxygen, WBC fight infection, platelets is the correct option for for clotting the blood, whereas plasma carries nutrients. Next, moving to the 98th question, which is taken from class 8, physics, sound. The unit of frequency is, this is also one of the most important question which you can put star mark. So the unit of frequency is, आवृत्ति की इकाई क्या है? तर्शदनाనికి यूनिट ఏది? So the answer is hertz. Hertz frequency measured in hertz. Decibel measures sound level. Watt is the unit of power. Joule is the unit of energy. Next, moving to 99th question, which is taken from class 9, biology, diseases. Which disease is caused by protozoa? कौन सा रोग प्रोटोजोवा से होता है? किंदी वाटिलो ఏది ప్రోటోజోవా వలన కలిగే వ్యాధి? సో ద ఆన్సర్ ఇస్ మలేరియా. సో tuberculosis is caused by bacteria and malaria is the correct answer, which is caused by protozoa plasmodium, whereas option C and D, that is typhoid and cholera, is caused by bacterial diseases. Next, moving to the 100th question, and this is the last question for this video, which is taken from class 6, science, living and non-living things. Which characteristic is common in all living beings? सभी जीवों में कौन सा लक्षण सामान्य होता है? अन्य जीवों साधारण लक्षणम ఏమిటి? So the answer is respiration. If you look at the options A and D, that is movement and walking, not in plants takes place, whereas reproduction, some exceptions like mules, whereas option C, respiration is correct, all living beings respire. So that's all for this. Next, if you like this content, please do like, share, subscribe and don't forget to hit the bell icon to stay updated. अगर आपको यह कंटेंट पसंद आया हो तो लाइक, शेयर और सब्सक्राइब जरूर करें और नई वीडियो की सूचना पाने के लिए बेल आइकॉन दबाना ना भूलें. ఈ కంటెంట్ నచ్చితే దయచేసి లైక్ చేయండి, షేర్ చేయండి, సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేయండి. అలాగే ప్రతి అప్డేట్ కోసం బెల్ ఐకాన్ నొక్కడం మర్చిపోకండి. సో థ్యాంక్ యూ. దట్స్ ఆల్ ఫర్ టుడే.